So you booked that dream cruise or vacation that you've been waiting for and been wondering, whenever I get off the ship, exactly what is there to do? What can we do? And how much does it cost? This video is going to show you exactly what to expect whenever you get off the ship and how much you could expect to pay for shore excursions. That's not included in the price of the ticket typically, but in certain cases they can be included, certain excursions, but this one not included at all on your price of your ticket. I'll take you and show you exactly the best places to go to buy excursions. So the first thing that you're going to want to look at whenever that you book your trip is where you're going to on what day. And if you can see my screen here, this is a 12-day cruise that we have coming up going to Iceland. You'll see videos of this coming out in the future. So I'm videoing this ahead of time just to give you an idea. So on this trip, we're going to Belfast, Ireland on May 20th of this year, 2025. And so the first thing that we're going to look at is when we arrive at port. We're arriving at port at 7 a.m. and departing the port at 4 p.m. So you don't want to be the first to get off the ship. Whenever it says arrive at port, it's still docking and getting everything ready. Probably the earliest you're going to get off the ship is around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So you want to get something after 8 o'clock. So what are you going to do? Well, this cruise line has a list of excursions that you can take just booking directly through the ship. And if you've never booked a cruise or done anything about it, this is going to be your best way to go. It's no hassle. You're going to be booking it directly through the ship, paying directly the ship for whatever excursion that you're picking. So this will be your easiest way of doing it. And just looking through the excursions that they have, there's Giant's Causeway, highlights of Belfast, Coastal Drive, another Belfast trip. So it looks like Belfast, one of the things to do is Giant's Causeway. And that's what I want to do too. I want to do Giant's Causeway. I see the other one, Giant's Causeway, has the Titanic. I don't want to watch a ship sinking while I'm on a ship. So we'll skip that one and just do the Belfast Giant's Causeway. So now we see how much this excursion costs through the ship. $179. And there's a lot of places that you could book them without going through the ship. I'll put a list below, but some of them is Get Your Guide or Viator or TripAdvisor. There's a whole bunch of websites. We're going to look at one this time we've already booked. We're booking this one through Viator. So if we go to the Viator on our 12-day trip that we have coming up, we've booked these 3 excursions through Viator for this 12-day trip. Some of them you could pay now, or you could pay it later. We just reserved a spot on this one. That's why you just see reserved here. We haven't fully paid yet. You don't have to pay until a day or two before, and then they'll charge your credit card. But on this one, we're booking the Giant's Causeway. And you saw how much it cost on the other one, $180. So through Viator, we can get this one for $46 per person. Same place that we're going to. It's just instead of going directly to Giant's Causeway, it's also going to pass by the city murals and where the Game of Thrones is filmed at, the Dark Hedges. So that's another couple of stops that are in here. There's also another one that we're going to look at. They also stop at a brewery. So this is everything that this trip stops at. So you'll see the murals. That's about 40 minutes. It's free. Belfast Center, we're going to be driving through the town. Stopping for about 30 minutes is where that they filmed the TV show at. And then we're going to stop by quickly at a distillery, 30 minutes. And then it's on the Giant's Causeway. The Giant's Causeway is an hour and a half away from the port. So you got 3 hours of commuting time that you'll see the countryside as you go. So you got about an hour and a half at the Giant's Causeway. And then on the way back, we'll stop at a root bridge. So that's the highlights of this one. And this trip is going to take about 6 hours. And you may be wondering, well, how much did we pay? And if we go to it, we go to 6 hours here. That's our booking. I'm going to have to highlight that out. Payment details. We paid $65. So the $65 is for 2 people. So roughly $34, $35 a person. And remember, here it showed $46 a person. So maybe wondering, how did we get it even cheaper than what they're advertising for? Well, that's a good question. One of the things that we do to get a little bit off is go through Get Your Guide or Capital One Shopping. There you can go through all the little cashbacks that they have. So Get Your Guide is on there, Viator, Expedia, all the big websites is on there. Whenever that we booked this excursion, they had a 25% cashback offer. So whenever that we booked it, we got 25% an additional off of the price of the cruise. And that's how we got it for the $65 for 2 people. Not just one, 2 people. So if you're looking at how much that is savings over this price, it's roughly 81% discount. So a huge discount over buying it through the cruise ship. One thing that you have to remember though, if you book it through the cruise ship, they guarantee you back on the ship on time, or they'll take care of everything. If you go to one of the third-party sites, such as Viator or all the other ones, you're not guaranteed to be back on the ship on time, but they're going to do their best to try to get you back. What we've seen in the past is they may have 4 or 5 buses that are going on the same tour as you, and they'll fill up these ships to half to 3/4. That way, in case something happens to one bus, another bus will stop by and take passengers on it and fill up their bus, and they'll keep doing that until everybody that's on the broke down bus gets on a different bus and heads into port. So that's one way of cutting the cost on your next big adventure. And remember where I told you that Carnival guarantees you to get back to the ship on time? Well, there is one other company that does nearly the exact same thing. If you go to Shore Excursions Group, this website is real easy to work with. All you do is put in the name of the cruise line that you're going, in this case Carnival. We're going on the Miracle, leaving May 18th for a 12-night cruise. So that's the itinerary that we're going on for our Iceland trip. All we do is hit a search and it brings up the excursions for each one. We'll compare it to the other ones that we went on, Belfast. So here you can look at the price for the Giant's Causeway. Through Shore Excursions Group, you're paying $160 per person. That's less than the $180 roughly that you get paying through the cruise ship. But you're maybe saying, well, if I get guaranteed back through the cruise ship, why would I use this one? Well, it's a little bit cheaper, and they're guaranteeing you to get back to the ship. Here is their guarantee. Guaranteed return to the ship. In the unlikely event that you miss your ship due to the late arrival of one of our tours, we will arrange and pay for accommodations, meals, transportation to the next port of call, and we will pay you an additional $1,000 for the inconvenience. That is a pretty stiff penalty for them not making the ship. So you can bet they're going to probably make the ship. And like I say, if they don't make it, they're going to give you $1,000 per customer. So if it's me and my wife, the 2 of us going, they're going to do all this in addition to giving us $2,000. That's roughly the price of our cruise in return. So that's another good company to go with. If you can't sleep at night wondering if you're going to make it back to the ship, there's an incentive in case you don't make it back. But Shore Excursions Group is another easy way to book shore excursions. And our last place to buy shore excursions is through Get Your Guide. This has all kinds of places to do and see here listed out also. Here we're going to type in the same thing, Belfast. So we're going to go to Belfast City, United Kingdom, and we're going to pick the same date as all the others that we had, which was May 20th, and see what all that they have. So here we're looking at the same thing, the Giant's Causeway. Here it's as cheap as $27 a person, so even cheaper than what we had before.
But it has a few other things, and this is an 8-hour trip. We're doing a 6-hour. That way we have a little bit of time to go shopping in the port afterward. So this is a good idea of what that you could do. But also, whenever that you're booking these tours, say this $27 trip. Yeah, it looks really good, but if you look at where that it's going to pick you up at, it's not at the cruise pier. You're going to have to go somewhere downtown and pick up this trip. It's not going to be right at the cruise port. So it has all kinds of things to do that's on that trip also. This is an 8-hour trip instead of a 6-hour, like I said before. So we're going to have a little bit of time to go shopping. And do we like Get Your Guide? Yes, we do. We've done a lot of tours through them. And on this trip, we have a good many. Looking at our upcoming bookings, some of them that we have booked. I'll be highlighting out the reference numbers, but this will give you an idea. We're doing things before the cruise, during the cruise, and sometimes we even after the cruise. Sometimes you can arrange transportation back to the airport, or if you want to make a stop on the way to the airport, say like this Ireland trip, we're leaving from Dover. If we wanted to go to Stonehenge and then to the airport, you could book that on some of these websites. So Get Your Guide, another excellent resource for booking all your shore excursions.
Hopefully you've got a little bit of information on how to book shore excursions, whether it's through the ship or through a third party. And hopefully you're going to save a bunch of money, like we did, 81% on one trip alone. So it can save you thousands. And if you have gotten some information, hit the like and subscribe button. That way you'll be informed each time we have a new video coming out and saving you more money in the future. Thanks for watching.